welcome back to Life of Pixels. Thanks so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be doing a speed build continuing my series of reimagining all of the lots from the Sims Bustin Out. So today I'm going to be doing Club Rubb. And so for those of you that have never played Bustin' Out or it's been quite a while, so Club Rubb was a nightclub that was owned by two Sims of the names Bing Bling and Mona Lot. And from what I remember about those two Sims is that they got into fights with people a lot, they cussed a lot, they did a lot of rude interactions with Sims, and that's mainly what I remember about them. But it was kind of funny, and Bing, I know he showed up all of the time to my Sims a lot and just, I think picked fights with my Sim. I don't even know why. I was about to say, I don't think my Sim was ever rude to him, but maybe she was, because I played this a very long time ago and I probably would have made my Sim yell at him. So anyway, those two Sims ran a nightclub called Club Rubb. So here we are. As with all of the different builds that I've done in this series so far, I do try to stick to the original shape of the build and the original layout of the build as much as possible, and then I add some little bit more modern and updated touches just to make it a little more Sims 4 friendly, to make it more aesthetically pleasing and to not have stuff like it's spaced out as crazy, and just make it more functional for the current game that we have. So with this, I did keep the overall shape the same, but as with all other Bustin' Out lots, originally this was just a one-story build that was in the middle of generic suburbia that had no roofing or anything like that, because that just didn't exist in the Bustin' Out franchise. So I went ahead and I built this in San Myshuno. I replaced one of the karaoke bars. I forget the name of it. It's not the Planet Honey Pop one. It's the other karaoke bar. So I went ahead and replaced it, and I added a second story, or a partial second story, onto this build because there was a couple of things that I wanted to fit in that I didn't feel like I could fit into the one story. Plus the one story just looked really flat. And I've been to some clubs that are one story, but they're usually in a strip with a bunch of different other buildings, and with this one just being a standalone, I wanted to give it a little more interest, and so that's why I went ahead and put a little partial two-story on here. So the original build had a dance floor, a DJ booth, a bar, a regular restroom with shower, stuff like that, you would find in a home a home lot, because your Sims did actually have to live here. But I went ahead and made this a club lot by the Sims 4 standards. So everything is fully operational for a nightclub. And I didn't want to have your traditional bathroom, so I did make a public restroom here. And then there was a room that had a pool table and a pinball machine, and I don't know, I've never been to a club that had a pool table and a pinball machine. I've been to some bars that had those kind of activities, but never a nightclub. And plus we don't have a pool table anyway in The Sims 4, which, come on now, why don't we have a pool table by now? I think the pool table has been in every other version of The Sims, just not The Sims 4. So anyway, that aside, we don't have that, so I made the downstairs room a karaoke room. I put a karaoke machine down there, and I put a bubble blower and a couple of chairs, so to kind of make it a little hookah lounge inside of the karaoke room. Since I did, completely take out one of the karaoke bars here, which I never liked the karaoke bar that was here anyway, that's probably why I don't know the name of it, is because I hated the way that karaoke bar was set up that was here. But I did want to go ahead and put in some karaoke so that if you do decide to download this lot and place it in the original lot that I built it on, you can still have access to karaoke. And as usual, all of the download information will be linked in the description box. I had a lot of trouble with the wallpaper in the original build. The wallpaper was dark but had like this fun like pink and blue and I think maybe yellow stripe that went all the way around, and I was having a really hard time finding wallpaper that fit what I wanted. But then I found those little light up wall decals from bowling night and I put those on the wall, and it really gave me like the aesthetic that I was looking for. So we are upstairs here, and again, this is my own addition. This was not part of the original in any sort of way, but up here I put a couple of the arcade machines just to pay homage to the pinball machine that does not exist in The Sims 4. We don't have a pinball machine, and since I turned that game room downstairs into like a little karaoke room, so I did put a couple of arcade machines upstairs. I did make a VIP lounge area. I thought that was a fun little touch to have a VIP section somewhere other than just Del Sol Valley. So in the VIP room, there's karaoke, there's its own bar and its own bubble blower, and then there's just a restroom upstairs. And y'all, I had the hardest time making the outside look interesting. I cut out a ton of that footage because I was just messing with all sorts of stuff trying to make the outside look anything more than just a plain gray brick building. That's what the original was just like a gray brick building. So I did cut out a lot, but I think it came out okay. I put some of the eco lifestyle, like new little wall things, I don't even know what to call them, on the front to give some more interest, and some graffiti and a dumpster out back and a couple of signs. So I think it turned out okay, a little more interesting than what it was originally, but we are about to be up on the screenshot, so stay tuned for those to get a good idea of what everything looks like on the inside in action, and I will see y'all in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.